The movie begins with Kevin Flynn, the CEO of the tech giant Encom, narrating his incredible adventures in a digital world called the Grid to his 7-year-old son, Sam. Kevin, alongside his digital counterpart Clue and a program named Tron, created the Grid. Kevin hints at a miraculous discovery within this world, but before he can reveal more, he tucks Sam into bed, promising to continue the story another time. As he leaves, he playfully tosses a coin to Sam, inviting him to visit the arcade the next day. The scene then shifts to a series of news reports and headlines detailing the mysterious disappearance of Kevin Flynn. His vanishing throws Encom into turmoil, with the company's stock plummeting. Despite the rumors, Kevin's close friend, Alan Bradley, insists that Kevin isn't missing but rather pursuing his dream of uncovering something extraordinary. However, few believe him. Adding to the tragedy, Sam's mother had died in a car accident years earlier, leaving Sam an orphan. Fast forward 20 years, and we see an adult Sam Flynn, now the primary shareholder of Encom. One night, he rides his motorcycle to the towering Encom building and sneaks inside, deftly evading security cameras. His goal? To sabotage the company's latest operating system, OS 12. Meanwhile, inside a boardroom, Encom's current chairman, Richard Mackey, is presenting the OS 12, touting its advanced security features and announcing that it will be sold as a premium product. But just as Mackey makes this declaration, Sam successfully hacks into Encom's servers, releasing the OS 12 to the public for free. A security guard quickly spots the breach and chases Sam to the rooftop. With a daring move, Sam reveals his identity as Encom's largest shareholder before leaping off the building, parachuting safely to the ground. However, his stunt attracts the attention of the police, who promptly arrest him for trespassing. After making bail, Sam returns to his unconventional home, a repurposed shipping container-turned-apartment. There, he finds Alan waiting for him, who congratulates him on his latest rebellious act. This act, it turns out, is an annual tradition Sam performs on the anniversary of his father's disappearance. Alan then shares something unexpected. He received a page from Kevin's old office at the arcade, a number that's been disconnected for 20 years. Alan also recalls how Kevin visited him just 2 days before he vanished, claiming to have cracked the code for quantum teleportation. He hands Sam the key to the arcade, urging him to investigate. Reluctantly, Sam follows Alan's advice and heads to the abandoned arcade. Once there, he discovers a hidden doorway behind his father's old arcade game, leading to a secret control room. As he explores his father's computer, Sam inadvertently activates a digitizing laser that blasts him into the grid. Disoriented, Sam stumbles out of the arcade building, only to find himself in a completely different environment, a futuristic, digital world. He is quickly captured by a flying vessel known as a recognizer, and alongside other programs, he is taken to participate in deadly games. Stripped of his identity and outfitted with armor and an identity disc, Sam is thrown into a gladiatorial arena called Disc Wars. Despite his initial fear, Sam quickly adapts to the rules of combat, defeating one opponent after another. In the final round, Sam faces off against Rinzler, a skilled and ruthless fighter. Rinzler easily overpowers Sam, but just as he's about to strike the final blow, he notices that Sam is bleeding, something only users, not programs, can do. Realizing Sam is human, Rinzler spares him and brings him before the ruler of the grid, who looks exactly like Kevin Flynn. Sam is shocked to see his father but quickly realizes something is off. The ruler introduces himself as Clue, Kevin's digital counterpart. After a brief exchange, Clue condemns Sam to another game, the Light Cycle Grid. As Sam is prepared for this new challenge, he is watched from afar by a mysterious woman in a mask. The game begins with each participant piloting a futuristic motorcycle, racing through a digital arena where the last one standing wins. As the competition intensifies, players are eliminated one by one until only Sam and Clue remain. Clue launches a fierce harm, knocking Sam off his bike, but just before Clue can deliver the finishing blow, the masked woman appears in a car, rescuing Sam and speeding away from the arena. The woman introduces herself as Quora and takes Sam to a hidden refuge, where he finally reunites with his real father, Kevin Flynn. The reunion is emotional, and over dinner, Sam asks the question that has haunted him for years: why did Kevin never return home? Kevin explains that he had been working to create a perfect digital system with Clue and Tron. One day, they discovered a new form of life within the grid, called isomorphic algorithms, ISOs, which Kevin referred to as the miracle. These beings, with their unique biodigital genetics, had the potential to revolutionize the real world. However, Clue saw them as imperfections and launched a coup against Kevin and Tron, seizing control of the grid. Kevin barely escaped but was trapped inside when the portal back to the real world closed. Tron, however, was lost during the battle. Kevin reveals that the portal can only be opened from the outside, meaning Sam's arrival has temporarily reopened it. However, the portal will close again in 8 hours. Sam, eager to escape with his father, argues that they have enough time to reach the portal. But Kevin is hesitant, knowing that this is exactly what Clue wants. Kevin's identity disc is the master key to the grid, and Clue plans to use Sam to lure Kevin to the portal, seize the disc, and escape into the real world to impose his twisted vision of perfection. Kevin suspects that it was Clue who sent the page to Alan, not him. Despite the dangers, Sam remains determined to reach the portal, believing that he and Alan can shut down Clue from the outside. Understanding Sam's frustration, Quora visits him later and offers her help. She informs Sam of a program in the city named Zeus, who might be able to guide him safely to the portal. With this information, Sam prepares to take his next steps in a race against time. Sam takes his father's vintage light cycle and heads out in search of Zeus. Upon arriving in the city, he leaves the vehicle in the middle of the road, unaware that this will allow Clue's operatives to trace its point of origin, Kevin's secluded hideout. Meanwhile, back at the hideout, Kevin realizes his son is missing and decides to come out of hiding to find him. As Sam navigates through the bustling city streets, he is approached by a mysterious woman named Gem, who offers to take him to Zeus's club. Once inside, Sam encounters an eccentric and flamboyant figure named Castor, who claims he can introduce Sam to Zeus. However, as they enter a private room, Castor reveals that he is Zeus himself. Back at Kevin's house, Clue and his henchmen arrive, only to find the place empty. Meanwhile, at the club, Sam pleads with Zeus for help in reaching the portal. Zeus feigns agreement, but in a shocking betrayal, he hands Sam over to Clue's guards, who storm the club. A fierce battle erupts, with Sam fighting off Clue's forces. Just as the situation seems dire, Quora and Kevin arrive to assist him. However, during the chaos, Quora's arm is severed, forcing the trio to retreat. As they make their escape, one of Clue's guards manages to steal Kevin's identity disc. Zeus seizes the opportunity and takes the disc for himself. After the narrow escape, Sam and Kevin have a heated argument about their next move, with Kevin chastising his son for not following his instructions. Eventually, they decide to board the Solar Sailor, a freight train that will take them to the portal before Clue can reach it. During the journey, Kevin repairs Quora's damaged arm, and she reveals to Sam that she is the last surviving ISO. Meanwhile, Clue arrives at the club, where Zeus eagerly hands over the identity disc, hoping to form an alliance with Clue. However, Clue betrays him and destroys the entire club, killing Zeus, Gem, and everyone inside. Back on the Solar Sailor, Quora awakens after her successful reboot. She shares a poignant moment with Sam, recounting how Kevin saved her during Clue's brutal purge of the ISOs. She expresses her deep desire to see the real world, prompting Sam to describe the wonders of the sun to her. Suddenly, their journey is interrupted as the Solar Sailor's route is diverted toward a massive carrier ship. Hiding among the cargo, Sam, Kevin, and Quora discover that Clue is repurposing programs to build his own army. They are shocked to see Rinzler boarding the carrier, prompting Quora to sacrifice herself by deliberately getting captured, allowing Kevin and Sam to move freely. Kevin also realizes that Rinzler is actually Tron, who was reprogrammed by Clue after the coup. As Clue rallies his army with Kevin's disc in hand, planning to use it to escape into the real world, Kevin and Sam decide to split up. Kevin heads to a hangar to find a light jet, while Sam makes his way to Clue's docking tower to retrieve the disc and rescue Quora. In a thrilling sequence, Sam fights off Clue's guards, retrieves the disc, and confronts Rinzler, who is holding Quora hostage. With Quora's help, Sam defeats Rinzler, leaving him hanging from the ledge. Sam and Quora leap from the tower and reunite with Kevin, escaping in a light jet. However, the danger isn't over, as Clue, Rinzler, and their henchmen pursue them in the air. With Sam manning the jet's weapons and Quora displaying her expert piloting skills, they manage to take out Clue's henchmen. In a critical moment, Kevin makes eye contact with Rinzler, triggering his memories of being Tron. In a final act of redemption, Rinzler turns against Clue, colliding with him and plunging into the sea of simulation. As the trio nears the portal, Kevin instructs Quora to swap their identity discs. When they arrive, Clue confronts them, insisting that he was merely following his original directive to create a perfect world. Kevin acknowledges his mistake, admitting that true perfection is unattainable because it is inherently unknowable. Infuriated, Clue attacks Kevin, but in the chaos, Kevin urges Sam and Quora to escape through the portal. Clue seizes what he believes is Kevin's disc, only to realize too late that it's Quora's. Sam activates the portal using the real disc, and as Clue desperately tries to reach them, Kevin uses his power to pull Clue back. With a final, tearful look of pride at his son, Kevin merges with Clue, creating a massive explosion that destroys the grid. Back in the real world, Sam downloads the entire grid system onto a microchip, which he wears around his neck. He pages Alan, inviting him to the arcade, where he reveals his decision to take over Encom and asks Alan to be the new chairman. As Sam leaves the arcade, he is greeted by Quora, who asks what their next move will be. Smiling, Sam takes her for a ride on his motorcycle, heading toward the countryside. As they speed along the open road, Quora gazes in awe at her first real sunrise, marveling at the beauty of the world she's longed to see. And that's a wrap of this movie review. Share your thought about the movie in the comment section. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to support this channel. Thank you for watching.